NTS World's trending international news, latest astrology prediction, latest horoscope. Let's begin. Role of planets in astrology. Each planet means in astrology? December 9, 2021. Astrology, NTS, top. World's news. Role of different planets in horoscope. Role of planets in astrology. Role of planets in astrology. Do planets really influence an individual's manner of thinking and his conduct and, consequently, his activities? Turning on their pivot and circling the Sun, a large number of miles from our Earth, do they control our predetermination? On the off chance that not, how do a few stargazers anticipate properly about our happy time or awful time, about our disappointments and triumphs and our relations with others, and so on and so on? Our bodies are composed of actual components, responding both artificially and indeed. We are a wrap of iotas consisting of specific components held together by the fundamental obligation of the universe, very much as are planets. Composed of similar elements, we respond to the patterns of our universe. Our body's science and nuclear makeup responds to the planetary cycles and their relative gravity. This hypothesis might be the premise of crystal gazing, potential expectations, and therapeutic measures. Our body incorporates actual matter just as cognizance or soul. We are both physical and powerful. Means past the physical. This is the wonder of human life that even material science can't explain. Planets have their impact since we are entirely associated with the universe. We are made of all-inclusive components and focus intensely on this pivoting, rotating globe constantly and unceasingly in the cycle. Stars and planets each affect our lives, relying upon their situations in the horoscope. Grandiose powers in the universe control our contemplations that direct our activities. For example, the 7 planets, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn, have an actual presence, while 2 beautiful bodies, in particular, Rahu and Ketu, don't have actual existence. Sun and Moon are otherwise called illuminators as these radiate light. Jupiter and Saturn are known as sluggish planets. Every planet has its exact capacity in the natal outline and addresses particular energy. The planet's impact is affected by the sign it involves. Zodiac signs and the houses in a horoscope give a unique quality to them. The person and detail of every planet are talked about herewith. Role of Mars in astrology. The shade of Mars is red, and this is viewed as a furious and manly planet ordinarily. However, in a horoscope, planet Mars administers mental fortitude and certainty. Mars addresses military, fighters, champions, developers, designers, and land business. Well-known specialists likewise have the great places of Mars in their horoscopes. On current occasions, promotion is additionally heavily influenced by Mars. Police, military, and paramilitary offices likewise go under the impact of Mars. This also oversees the specialized and designing field, and individuals with great Mars will undoubtedly have unique technical brain characteristics. Martians incline toward contentions and are irritable. Mars in ascendant makes the individual look youthful. Different characteristics of Mars, whenever set positive, are energy, managerial abilities, assurance in all fields of life. Assuming this is set unfavorably gives hostility and outrage and makes obstacles throughout everyday life. The gemstone of Mars is red coral. Mars is thought of as malefic, yet for Cancer and Leo ascendant, this becomes Yokarika and offers the local flourishing and abundance. Mars is the leader of Aries and Scorpio zodiac signs. It has been seen that Mars gives open forcefulness to Arians and mysterious power to Scorpions. Mars likewise controls energy and shows solid and wild sexual inclination. Therefore, Mars assumes a vital part in the marriage of a young lady and a kid. In Vedic astrology, Manglik dosha is exceptionally popular. Along these lines, the horoscopes of both the kid and the young lady are matched before settling the proposition of marriage. This dosha may cause obstacles, breaks, questions, and even separation in the military existence of the individual. Therefore, the position of Mars in 1st, 4th, 7th, 8th, and 12th place of a horoscope causes Manglik dosha. Fire is the component of Mars. He is perceived as defense minister in the solar system. His numerological number is 9. Both the Sun and Mars are sweltering planets. Sun gives the hotness, which is essential for supporting life on the Earth, yet Mars' energy and hotness is unstable to the degree that it can cause obliteration. Mars' energy is liable for mishaps and battles on the planet. That is why the Sun is considered just a poppy, hot planet. Yet Mars has been set apart as a malefic planet. Mars has control over the creation of weapons, guns, saltines, and explosives. Its component is copper. Mars oversees the red blood and the bone marrow in the human body primarily. The accompanying table shows further with regards to Mars' attributes. Day Tuesday direction. South color. Red orbit time in one zodiac sign 45 days. Average orbit time of whole zodiac 1.5 years. Average nature. Furious and aggressive constellations rule Marikshira, Chitra. Dhanishta friendly planets Jupiter, Sun, Moon enemy planets Saturn and Rahu, Ketu neutral planets. Mercury, Venus own sign, Rashi, Aries, Scorpio Mool Tricon in Aries exalted in Capricorn debilitated in Cancer special features. Resentment metal. Copper precious stone red coral Vimshatari Mahadasha. Period 7 years if well placed signifies prosperity, wealth, good. Position if adversely placed signifies arrogance and jealous nature representation. Younger siblings' body parts ruled. Bone marrow and red blood cells etc. Diseases given by Mars blood problems. Tension, restlessness. Role of Saturn in astrology. In Hindu astrology, Shani implies which moves gradually. Shani. Planet Saturn has additionally been named after his temperament. He moves gradually. He requires around the long term to cross a zodiac sign. In reality, Saturn is a massive planet and is set at a significant stretch from Earth. Because of this distance, we think that he is moving gradually. Magically, Saturn is a child of Lord Surya and his significant other Chaya. Shadow. Saturn has stressed relations with his dad. Saturn is considered a dry and cold planet. He addresses elderly individuals. Saturn is viewed as a malefic planet in astrology. Yet, when set in a promising sign and house, he presents an individual with incredible abundance and distinction. On the other hand, this planet gives misfortune, distress, neediness, wretchedness, mishaps, and obstacles throughout everyday life in unfavorable conditions. Saturn gets directional strength in the 7th house. Saturn is associated with the age and lifespan of a person. Therefore, he gives long life whenever put well in the horoscope. Regardless of his poor reputation, Saturn is considered an educator. He acts like an educator who rebuffs the understudies when they fail and compensates them for their great deeds. Saturn is likewise the planet of equity. He acts like an adjudicator and gives equity, relying on the deeds of an individual. The individual who submits sin and terrible karmas or compensated outcomes in like manner. Saturn rules over bones. Every one of The enormous bones in the assemblage of legs is represented by Saturn. Saturn, according to his temperament, gives long-haul infections. Such illnesses are for quite some time named and barely reparable. So an individual needs to hold on for a long time. Number 8 is the numerological indication of Saturn. An individual under the impact of Saturn needs to buckle down throughout everyday life. Saturn addresses the working class who are fanatics to procure a little vocation. Saturn administers land and every one of the items underneath Earth. He controls all the mining things. Iron is his metal, and his tone is dark blue. Zodiac signs which Saturn oversees are Capricorn and Aquarius. He is lifted in Libra and crippled in Aries. His Multricon sign is Aquarius. Saturn has confidence in discipline and severity and never prefers mayhem and rebels. In Hindu astrology, Saturn has extraordinary importance. Individuals fear this planet because of its severity and discipline. The sluggish travel of this planet offers two significant regular periods, to be specific, Sati Sati and Daya. Each individual goes through the time of Sati Sati and Daya numerous times in his day-to-day existence. Sati Sati is when Saturn travels the 12th and 2nd place of the natal moon. Essentially, on the off chance that Saturn is put 4th and 8th from the natal moon, the time of Daya happens. The time of Sati Sati is 7.5 years, and the time of Daya is more than the long term. These two periods are viewed as a genuinely challenging time in a local's life. He needs to confront numerous difficulties in issues throughout everyday life and rest from any circle. Prophetically, talking is when an individual encounters enlightenment while going through a difficult time. By enduring difficulty, an individual is adjusting his transgressions. Here, we can comprehend the distinction between the idea of Mars and Saturn. The problem looked at by an individual affected by Mars can make him a dacoit or cheat. However, this isn't true with Saturn. In such conditions, Saturn will turn an individual towards otherworldliness and power him to think about the reason for his wretchedness. For example, terrible deeds are mindful of his current circumstance. Gradually he becomes devout. The following table will help you to have a glance at the characteristics of Saturn day. Saturday direction. West color blue orbit time in 1. Zodiac sign 2.5 years. Average orbit time of whole zodiac 30 years. Average nature sorrow and hardship constellations ruled Pushya, Anuradha, Uttara. Bhadrapada friendly planets Mercury, Venus, Rahu enemy planets. Sun, Moon, Mars neutral planets. Jupiter own sign, Rashi, Capricorn and Aquarius Mul Tricon in Aquarius exalted in Libra debilitated in Aries special features. Hurdles, delay metal. Iron precious stone blue sapphire Vimshatari Mahadasha period. 19 years if well placed signifies prosperity, land, wealth, good position if adversely placed signifies arrogance and poverty representation. Servants, elder and old people body parts ruled legs and nervous system etc. Diseases gave by Saturn pneumatic pain. Injury in legs, lung diseases, etc. Role of Jupiter in astrology. Jupiter addresses Vedic astrology. Training, insight, abundance, joy, and information. This is additionally thought to be an exceptionally gainful planet. Jupiter offers everything best if it is well positioned in an individual's horoscope. His inclination implies development and improvement. The individual under his impact will be fortunate, lucky, strict, fruitful, and liberal with high virtues. Jupiter is considered guru in Indian astrology as Jupiter is the giant planet in our planetary group. Master. implies one which is immense and fantastic. Jupiter is the leader of the two signs Sagittarius and Pisces. He is magnified in Cancer sign and incapacitated in Capricorn. Occupation astute Jupiter connotes its impacts on clerics and instructors. Negative Jupiter in a horoscope demonstrates cynicism, misery, and depletion. Shading is yellow, and gemstone is yellow sapphire. He requires 1 year to finish his circle. The propitiousness of this planet can be decided from how his perspective on any malefic planet lessens his awful impact to an adequate degree. He can adjust the evil effect of malefic planets. In the horoscope of a lady, Jupiter is the significator, Carrick, of his significant other and glad wedded life. It guarantees positive relations in marital life when set in a good position. On the other hand, in unfriendly circumstances, he makes a lady stubborn and arrogant, harming her married life. The evil impact of this planet brings about jaundice and liver issues. Whenever put in the 12th house, he gives moksha in the afterlife. Different subtleties are presented in plane structure as under day. Thursday direction. Northeast, Ashan, color. Yellow orbit time in one zodiac sign 13 months, approximately. Orbit time of whole zodiac 12 years, average, nature. Knowledge, wisdom constellations ruled. Punarvasu, Vishaka, Purva Bhadrapada friendly planets. Sun, Moon, Mars enemy planets Mercury and Venus neutral planets Saturn and Rahu own sign. Rashi, Sagittarius and Pisces Mool Tricon in Sagittarius exalted in Cancer debilitated in Capricorn special features knowledge metal. Gold precious stone. Yellow sapphire Vimshatari Mahadasha period 16 years if well placed signifies wisdom, education, sun, prosperity if adversely placed signifies arrogance representation. Teacher and elder people body parts ruled. Liver, large intestine, etc. diseases given by Jupiter. Jaundice, inflammation, cough, ear problems. Role of Mercury in astrology. Mercury is closest to the Sun. In Vedic astrology, this is called Bud, which implies cunning. This planet addresses the characteristics of knowledge, mind, and humor in an individual. Mercury is viewed as a benefic planet. However, it might assume a malefic planet under certain circumstances. For example, Mercury, put in the 6th, 8th or 12th houses, neglects to convey fantastic outcomes. The equivalent is the outcome when Mercury is the master of the 6th, 8th or 12th houses in a horoscope. Mercury is the planet of correspondence, and it addresses the fields identified with business, exchange, records, banking, and PCs. A strong Mercury signifies achievement in these fields. On the other hand, individuals with Mercury in a solid situation have sharp reasoning and natural uneasiness and hesitation. Mercury is the double-natured planet and oversees two zodiac signs, to be specific, Gemini and Virgo. Mercury's body parts are the arms, ear, lungs, and sensory system. Mercury puts stock in rationale. Individuals with solid Mercury in their horoscopes have great thinking and scientific capacity. Scientists additionally have reliable Mercury in their natal diagram. Phone and telegraph control method for correspondence as well. Consequently, Mercury additionally oversees the business related to phone, broadcasts, messages, messengers and post and so forth. Hence all around set. Solid Mercury is generally found in horoscopes of essayists, celestial prophets, mathematician, engineer, vendors, specialists, money managers. An individual with Mercury in the solid situation in their outline is enchanting and wise, and media people. Mercury likewise creates verbal correspondence and hand abilities. Thus, numerous teachers, specialists, stone workers, and sales reps are again the aftereffect of very much positioned Mercury. Outline in even structure. Day. Wednesday direction north color. Green, light green orbit time in one zodiac sign 25 days, approximately. Orbit time of whole zodiac 10 months, average, nature. Mixed constellations ruled Ashleisha, Jyeshtha, Revati friendly planets Sun, Venus, Rahu enemy planets. Moon neutral planets Mars, Saturn, Jupiter own sign, Rashi, Gemini, Virgo Mool Tricon in Virgo exalted in Virgo debilitated in Pisces special features. Intelligent metal lead precious. Stone emerald Vimshatari Mahadasha period 17 years if well placed signifies business mind, clever, mathematician, good. Position if adversely placed signifies arrogance and irritative representation. Sisters body parts ruled skin in nervous system diseases gave by Mercury giddiness, obsession, skin problems, etc. Role of Rahu in astrology. Every one of the planets I have talked about above has a physical and visual presence. Be that as it may, Rahu and Ketu have no actual shape. These are the non-existent focuses in the sky. In any case, and after it's all said and done, Rahu is thought of as generally incredible. It has been designated the situation with a planet by our rishis and diviners. For the most part, Rahu has a malefic impact. He is viewed as a filthy planet, demonstrating sluggishness, squalor, postponements, and obstacles. He remains for quite some time in a zodiac sign. In Hindu folklore, an intriguing fiction depicts how Rahu and Ketu appeared when the divine beings and the evil spirits consented to shape a coalition to create nectar that could give them eternality. Nectar was to be acquired by beating the sea. Simultaneously, nectar was produced. When the nectar was being served to the divine beings, a devil camouflaged as a divine being and sat between the sun and the moon trying to secure the nectar. The evil spirit was perceived by the sun and the moon, who grumbled of the devil to Lord Vishnu. Master Vishnu quickly cut off his head from his chakra. However, the evil presence had effectively burned through enough nectar to make him undying. The top of the evil spirit, known as Rahu, became unfading. The leftover carcass of the evil spirit was known as Ketu. From that point forward, Rahu and Ketu turned into the solid foe of sun and moon. Sun and moon shrouds happen because of Rahu and Ketu, who gobble up sun and moon when they draw close to them. In this manner, Rahu and Ketu render their retribution from sun and moon. In Vedic soothsaying, Rahu and Ketu are known as two undetectable planets, and they are solid adversaries of the sun and the moon. Rahu and Ketu are the galactic focuses in the sky individually called the north and south lunar hubs. The spots of convergence, where the moon's way meets the sun's way, are the north lunar node and south lunar node. Individually. In this way, the connection of Rahu and Ketu with sun and moon has been depicted through the language of an image in Hindu folklore. Rahu is a fantastic and malefic planet. This is a beautiful planet of government officials. He offers them an incredible chance and ability to ascend in governmental issues through any means reasonable or out of line. He additionally manages over criminals, prison, performers, snake, poison and confined spots, and so forth. Rahu has the influence likewise to present unexpected riches. Being a shadow planet, Rahu has not been assigned any zodiac sign, and, after it is all said and done, Rahu lifts in Taurus sign. Whenever put Negative in a horoscope, he can make disarray, sorrow, and enthusiastic lopsided characteristics. Then again, he additionally influences to make an individual well-off and famous. During his travels or Mahadasha, an individual is more inclined to succumb to dark enchantment. He is excellent when put in a horoscope's 3rd, 6th, and 11th place. Summed up subtleties of this planet are addressed beneath. Direction north. Lunar node color gray. Black orbit time in 1. Zodiac sign 1.5 year orbit time of whole zodiac 18 years. Average. Nature dirty, furious and aggressive constellations ruled Adra, Swati, Shatbisha friendly. Planets Mercury, Saturn, Venus enemy planets. Sun, Moon, Mars neutral planets Jupiter own sign. Rashi, Aries and Scorpio Mul Tricon in. Taurus exalted in Taurus debilitated in. Sagittarius special features delay. And hurdles metal graphite, lead precious stone. Hessonite, Gomed, Vimshatari Mahadasha period 18 years if well placed signifies prosperity, wealth, good position if adversely placed. Signifies arrogance and jealous nature representation. Very old people diseases gave by Rahu fever, leprosy, snakebite, paranormal activities, restlessness role of Ketu in astrology like Rahu. Ketu is additionally a fanciful planet or a hub situated inverse Rahu. The stars governed by him are Ashwin, Maja, and Mool. As of now, an intriguing story has been portrayed above while examining Rahu. The north hub is called Rahu, and the south is known as Ketu. It is accepted to address the tale of the evil spirit. The south hub or Ketu is viewed as a state of troublesome karma from his previous existence wherein individual harvests the aftereffects of his childish and braggart deeds of the past. The opposite side of Ketu addresses the propensity towards moksha or freedom and dominance of mystery and puzzling information. Rahu and Ketu are well known for giving abrupt and surprising outcomes. Both Rahu and Ketu are pieces of a similar evil presence. Both are 180 degrees separated. When Ketu, Sun, and Moon lie in an equal zodiacal longitude, lunar overshadowing happens. Rahu has extraordinary ill will with Sun and Ketu with Moon. Calling savvy entertainers, clinical parishioners, celestial prophets, and specialists are managed by Ketu. Both Rahu and Ketu, the fanciful hubs, are the baffling powers and show karmic and profound impacts in the birth graph. Like Rahu, Ketu additionally doesn't manage any zodiac sign since it has no actual appearance. Our rishis have distributed the Sagittarius sign as the place of commendation for Ketu. A few researchers think Ketu is commended in Scorpio. In like manner, it is hindered in Gemini or Taurus. Ketu is viewed as solid in the Jupiter sign. Ketu feels alright with Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu. Ketu is unbiased to Jupiter. His foes are Mars, Sun, and Moon. Ketu as a planet, known for otherworldliness. The individual impacted by the planet is gifted with profound accomplishments. His different advantages additionally show his twisted towards strict and secret mindfulness, including extraordinary powers and apparition-related subjects. Such people have excellent mending control and recuperate through their otherworldly and tartaric power. The period assigned to Ketu Mahadasha is 7 years. His gemstone is cat's eye, Lasunia. Whenever set well in the horoscope, Ketu brings a ton of extravagance, astuteness, and instinct to an individual. But, on the other hand, it causes superfluous despondency, helpless fixation, ongoing concerns, tension, and phantom-related issues. The summed-up subtleties of Ketu are addressed Hereunder. Direction south. Lunar node color. Smoky orbit time in one zodiac sign. 1 in half-year orbit time of whole zodiac. 18 years. Nature. Furious constellations ruled Ashwini, Maja. Mool friendly planets. Mercury enemy planets. Sun and Moon neutral planets. Jupiter Mool tricon. In Leo exalted in Sagittarius debilitated in Taurus, Gemini special features. Moksha metal mix. Mica precious stone cat Si. Lasunya, Vimshatari Mahadasha. Period 7 years if well placed signifies spiritual attainment, if adversely placed signifies arrogance and jealous nature representation. Old people diseases gave by Rahu tension and restlessness. Please like and subscribe NTS blog.